Hey folks, welcome back. This is Matt from Pisco's. We're running you through some basic lunge movements. Lunge is a super good exercise for legs, knees, for glutes. This is a lunge. Whee! That popping noise was my knees, because I'm old. So, bottom part of a lunge. My back knee is just off the ground. My front knee is over my front foot. My back foot is on the balls of my feet. And I should be a little bit more upright, so I should be sort of here. My hips should be square and my shoulders should be square. So I go facing you. Come forward and down. Hips should be square, shoulders should be square. Whee! Happy days. It's a lunge. So, a couple of problems with people's lunges. The first one is, this is a balanced position. My feet are still hip width apart. This is not a balanced position. Your lunges will be really, really unstable because your feet are in a line. So don't step across yourself when you're doing your lunge. Step straight with that leg. Cool. Other thing to be really, really aware of when we're doing lunges, if there's any weakness in one side or the other, mostly through your glute, the knee on that weaker side will drift across to the middle to try and give you a little bit more stability. This is not a great lunge. Or the knees will stay relatively stable and the hips will go. So you'll come up and one of your bums will bounce out to the side or the other on the way up. So you want to use a mirror, line up, straight line across your shoulders, straight line across your hips, down and back up. Whee! Last problem you often get is people focusing on the moving that way part of the lunge and not the moving up and down part of the lunge, which is actually what we're trying to do. So I'm not going to come into here. What's that front knee? Yeah? Big long step. If you shorten your initial stride, there's no way of getting down now without my knee coming out in front of my foot. So take a really big long step. Keep that knee over that foot. Bring that knee down. Be awesome. Hell yeah. Cool. A couple of lunge progressions. So if you can bang out, if you can do lunges with good form for like a minute, then it's too easy. We've got to make your life harder. Easiest way to make a lunge harder is grab a thing. Heavier the thing, harder the lunge is going to be. So, you may not have a 9 kilo slam ball lying around your house, but you'll have something. And because a lunge is an exercise based around stability, the less of professional gym equipment it is, the more useful it is. So, screaming 5-year-old children, large pot full of rocks, like literally, grab a thing. Hold the thing across the center line, doing your lunges. See that knee drop in then? Lazy bastard. There you go. Holding the same thing again, the power's gone out, we're definitely going to die this time. Holding the same thing off to one side. So that offset weight makes it quite a bit harder. Can you see my little hip go? It's better. So, take some load is the first one. Take some load and put it off center is the second one. Next bit is we're going to elevate your foot. Pretend this is my couch. I'm going to put my foot up on my pretend couch. The rest of the lunge needs to look the same. So my foot position is pretty much the same as it was when it was on the ground. My knee position is the same as it was before. Really long stride. If I'm in here, that's very difficult to get down. Not because it's a hard movement, because there's not enough space. How's your balance, man? Right, and then coming down and coming up. If you really, really want to suffer, take some weight in one hand, do that. And the last one, progression, is to make it explosive. There's millions of different variations, but the simple one is what we call a jumping lunge. Don't do this if you don't have good knees. The lunge and switch. You can start getting funky and doing like lunge into a high knee. Is a slightly less bouncy one, or you're completely nuts. You can try and put them together. I'm not going to demonstrate that one, that sucks. Right, making your lunges easier. Again, lunge is a stability exercise. So anything that's going to increase that stability will make them a bunch easier. So the first one is just grab a hold. Whee! Whee! Now, you may not need something to hold on to, but just having it there really helps. Awesome. We can increase the stability another way, and that's by eliminating that stepping motion. We're just coming up and down. Call this a split squat, like big guess. And I can combine them both. Hang on here. The last one is comfortable range. So a lunge requires a huge amount of range of motion through knees and through ankles. And a lot of people just don't have that range of motion. So what you do is you just work what you got. So if my right knee won't let me go any further than that without hurting, then this just became my lunge. Other side. Yeah. So you never want to force your movement through range that's uncomfortable or painful to perform. And if you get real good at the range you do have, you'll get more range sooner or later. And you've maximized the stability, like your functional stability, like how much stability you have. You've maximized it in the range that you do have, and just try and stay out of the range that you don't. Right guys, thank you.